the first thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. You need to go to this website. Once you're on the website, you go to maths. This is a grade 1 math lesson, and the topic for today is subtraction. Okay, I'll give you the chapter number and the lesson number. So the chapter number and the lesson number is chapter number 5 and lesson number 6. Okay, so we have chapter number 5 and lesson number 6. The name of the problem question at the top, the lesson is subtraction word problems. And the subtopic is the word problems will have numbers up to 10. Okay, so let's go to the website. Hi Prinsley, welcome to the class. So let's go to the website. Grade 1, chapter number 5, subtraction, and lesson number 6. Okay, so the first question we have is, it's saying, okay, let me just copy this. Okay, so the first question from this topic says, Sweetie Pie Baking Company has 5 eggs. Okay, they have 5 eggs. The employee used 1 egg to make cookies. How many eggs are left? Are there 1 egg is left, 2 is left, 3 is left, or 4 are left? Okay, so how many they had? They had total 5 eggs, right? The employee used 1 egg. That means 5 minus 1, because we need to find how many eggs are left. So 5 minus 1 should be, the easiest way to do this is we write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many we need to subtract? We need to subtract 1. So we are left with 4. Agreed? So that means we say we are left with 4 eggs. Agreed? So out of these 4 options, we need to select the correct option. So let's see the next question. These are word problems. We are doing word problems today. That means we would be considering real life scenarios where subtraction needs to be done. I can. So the next question we have is this. Let's realign this for our convenience. This is grade 1, Aiken. Okay. For question number 2, they are saying that the number of goals, how many goals did they score in the second half? Okay. This is our question number 2. And this was question number 1. Jessica's soccer team scored a total of 5 goals in yesterday's game. They scored 3 goals in the first quarter. And the question is asking us, how many goals did they score in the second half? That means the total, that was 5, minus the number of goals scored in the first half. would be equals to the number of goals scored in the second half. We can write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 3 goals were scored in the first half, then how many goals were scored in the second half? 2 goals were scored in the second half. Okay, do we agree? Moving ahead, for the next question, it says, yesterday Ruth took care of a younger brother and sister. Okay, just a moment. Let's see. For question number 3, it says this statement: Ruth is taking care of her siblings and they're throwing their toys here and there, right? So she needs to pick up the toys. Question number 3, the information given here is she picked up a total of 5 of their toys. Ruth picked one of her brother's toys. Then, how many of her sister's toys did Ruth pick up? That means she had a total of 5 toys. Out of those 5 toys, one of the toy was belonged to his brother, and the remaining toys belonged to her sister. So we can say 5, sorry, the total were 5. We can write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If these are 5 toys, out of one, out of these 5, one belonged to his brother. The remaining belonged to his sister. That means 5 minus 1 would be equals to 4. That means her sister had 4 toys, right? That Ruth had to pick up. Okay. Moving, do we agree over here? High pressures, welcome to the class. We are doing word problems for subtraction. So the next question we have is, just a moment. Last, Jim's cat got a, okay. Jim's cat is catching mice. Let's see, how many mice did it catch? And this is our question number 5. Okay, I'll just take this over here. Sorry. Okay. So it says, in question number 4, it says, Jim's cat caught a total of 4 mice and birds. His cat caught 3 mice. Then how many birds did Jim's cat catch? Okay. So the total was 4 mice or birds minus the total mice. There were 3 mice, right? There were 3 mice, and the remaining should be the birds. That means if we say the total was 1, 2, 3, 4, out of these 4, 3 were mice, then these many would be birds. Agreed? Then 1 would be a bird. Agreed? Do we agree on this? Uh, Next one we says Dave has a total of 2 letters. Okay. For the next question it says Dave has a total of 2 letters and one of the let sorry, he opens up one of the letters. How many letters does he have left to open? Okay, this is our question number 5. Sorry. Okay, let's move it ahead. Okay, Dave has a total of 2 letters. That means he has a total of 2 letters minus he has opened one of them. That means he already opened or already read, right? He opened one of them. How many letters does Dave have left to open? That means if we had 2 letters and he already opened one, he would be left with a single letter, right? So he is left with 1 left to open. That means 1 is the answer. So in word problems, what we do is we look at smaller numbers that deal with real life scenarios, okay? And we try to find out the subtraction. Okay, moving ahead to the next. Okay, Mr. Kemp helped try the dishes. Okay, let's see. For the next question, it says, Mr. Kemp is helping drying the dishes. Let me just realign this. He dried a combined total of 4 large and small glasses, right? Total of 4. Question number 6. The total was total of 4, which included large and small glasses, right? That means 4 should subtract the number. He dried 1 large glass. There was 1 large glass. Okay. Then how many should be small glasses? How many small glasses did he dry? We can say we need to find the number of small glass, right? So can we say 4, the last number was 4, the max, so we can say 1, 2, 3, and 4. The total was 4. Out of this 4, there was 1 large glass. Then there should be these many smaller glasses. That means 3 small glasses, right? Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. The next question says, the Bell family eats cherry and grape jelly on the toast. Let's see how much we have for the cherry and the. Okay, let me just realign this. Just a moment, please. Okay, the question says the Bell family cherry and grape jelly. They're eats cherry and grape jelly on the toast. They have a combined total of 5 ounces of jelly. That means the total was 5 ounces of jelly. If they have 3 ounces of grape, if they have 3 ounces of grape, okay, then how many ounces of cherry jelly would be there? That means if the total was 5 ounces, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means how many ounces were grape? 3 of the ounces were grape. Then we are left with these many ounces. That means if The total was 5 ounces, 3 ounces was grape, then 2 ounces would be cherry. Agreed? All we are doing is we are relating to real life scenarios in which two quantities would make up the larger quantity. So we just need to subtract the quantities. Okay. Moving ahead with the next question. The next question says the music school in a county held a children's concert. Just a moment, please. For question number 8. This is our question number 8. Okay. The music school held a children's concert and an adults concert. There were 2 concerts at the same time. A total of 5 students performed at the 2 concerts. If one student performed at the children's concert, how many students performed at the adults concert, right? So the total number of concerts were a total of 5. That means the total of the 5 students would be performing, right? If one student performed at right? Children's concert. So how many would be performing at the adults? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of these 5 students performing, one student performed at the children's concert. Then the remaining would be performing at the adults concert. That would be 4. Agreed? The next question says, Scott is a school janitor. Okay, he picked up 4 pieces of trash. Okay, just a moment. If he is the janitor, he needs to pick up the trash from the classrooms. Just a moment, I'll realign this. Okay. So question number 9 says, Scott is a school janitor, right? And he cleans up the classes. So he picked up a total of 4 pieces. That means the total was 4 minus, if he picked up 3 pieces of trash in the classroom. So 3 pieces of trash were picked from the classroom. Then how many pieces of trash would be picked from the outside? That means 4 minus 3. 2, 3, and 4. If 3 were from the classroom, then 1 piece of trash was from outside. Agreed? So the total number of pieces of trash were 4. 3 was within the classroom and 1 was from outside. So the answer would be 1. Moving ahead to the next. Rachel has 4 marbles in her collection. If she gives 2 to her friend, Rachel owns 4 marbles, right? If she gives away 2 to her friends, how many would she be left with? That's our question number 10. Rachel has 4 marbles in her collection. The total is 4 minus. She gives away 2 to her. Gives away, right? So then how many would he be left with or she be left with? That means 4. If she had a total of 4, she gave away 2, then she is left with 2 marbles, right? Have left. That means she has 2 left with her. Okay, moving ahead to the next question. Okay, can we say, let's just change those 2 values, okay? For the next question, I would say, Mr. Kemp helped dry dishes. Okay, I'm changing the numbers, or let me change the values over here. He tried. Okay, I'm just changing the values so that we can have variation in the question. Okay, so okay, this was 9 large and he dried 6 large. Okay, so with the new question number 11, we say that Mr. Kemp helped dry. He dried a combined total of 9 large and small glasses. The total was 9. He had a total of 9, out of which 9, 6 were large glasses. So how many of these glasses would be left for the small glasses? So we know that if the total was 9, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. If these were 9 total glasses, 6 of them were large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means they're left with these number of small. Then they're left with 3 of small. Agreed? So we just try to change the number to see what could be a possibility over here. Okay, let's try to change another number. Okay, with the same question, Rachel has marbles. Okay, so if I would change the number of marbles and the number of marbles she gave to her friend. Just a moment, please. Let me change the question first. Okay. Rachel has these many marbles and she gave away these many marbles. Okay. If Rachel has 10 marbles and she gives 7 away to her best friend. This is question number 12. How many marbles will she have left? That means she had a total of 10 was the total number of marbles she had minus what she gave away to her friend. She gave away 7 marbles to her friend. 10 minus 7 should be, we can write down the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? So if she had 10 marbles, numbered 1 till 10, she gave away how many? She gave away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That means she is left with This is gave away. 7 she gave away. So she is left with, right? She has 3 left with her. Okay. Okay. Let's try another question by changing down the values on it. So this is the question we already did. I'm just changing the values. Dave has a total of, let's suppose, 12. Okay. If I'm changing the value over here, just a moment, please. Okay. Let's change these numbers. In question number 13, they're saying Dave has a total of 12 letters. He opened 8 of them. How many letters does he have left to open? So the total number of letters were 12 minus the number of letters opened. So he opened, these were the number of letters which were already opened. How many letters does he have which he can open? Unopened letters, right? So how many letters does he have which are unopened? If the total were 12, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Out of these 12, they've opened 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That means Dave is left with 4 unopened. 4 unopened letters. Okay? Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. The next question says, yes, this is grade 1. Thank you, Prinsley. Moving ahead. Okay, let's see. Jessica's team scored a total number of goals. I'll just change this question. Okay, let's just resize. 1 minute, please. This. Sorry. How many goals did they score in the second half? If I would change the number of goals over here, for question number 14, it says Jessica's soccer team scored a total of, let's suppose, total of 11 goals in yesterday's game. They scored 6 goals in the first half. How many goals did they score in the second half? If the total number of goals scored were, or let's suppose rather than 11 we take a 10, we can say it could be a 10 as well, right? So the team scored 10 goals. Out of this 10, 6 were scored in the first half. So how many would be scored in the second half? How many were scored in the second half of the game? We can simply write down the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That means out of these 10, 6 were scored in the first half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So how many were scored in the second half? 4 goals were scored in the second half. Okay? So let's try doing some questions from the test. Okay? Let's do them together. Okay, let me just copy the first question from the test. Okay, I'll have to realign this. So the first question from the test says, okay, these are the options given to us: 4, 3, I'm just realigning the question, 2, and 1. If these are the options given to us, sorry, just a moment, please. Let's see. This is question number 1 from the test. The music school in Putnam County held a students' concert and an adults' concert at the same time. A total of 5 students performed at the 2 concerts. If one student performed in the children's concert, how many students performed at the adults' concert? So we need to find the number of students who performed at the adults' concert. How many would be there? Can I have the answer? So how many of the total were there? There was a total of 5 minus the number of students who performed at the students' concert, right? Children's concert. Would be, and the remaining would be who performed at the other concert, right? So how many students performed at the students' concert? If the total was 5 and one student performed at the children's concert, then how many would be performing at the adults' concert? How many students performed at the adults' concert? Yes, thank you, Crensley. That is 4, and that is option number A. Okay, thank you so much. We write option number A. The next is, we've done a similar question already. Okay. The question number 2 says, Dave has letters, opened and unopened letters. Okay, if Dave has these many letters, sorry, just a moment, please. If Dave has these many letters, I'll just realign this. This was, okay, 4. This is option B. Option C. And this was option D. Okay. If Dave had these many letters, out of these many letters, some were opened and some were unopened. How many letters does he have left to open? Question number 2. Dave has a total of 2 letters. He opened one of them so far. How many letters does Dave have left to open? So we can always write this statement. What we can say is he has a total of 2 minus the number of opened. If one was already opened, then how many would be unopened? If a total of 2 was there, from the total 2 letters, one of the letter was opened, then the remaining number of letters would be unopened, right? That means, what should be the answer? A, B, C. Option number C, option number A, B, or D. Two minus one would be equals to, yes, thank you. 2 minus 1 would be equals to 1. That means if we had a total of 2 letters, right, and he opened one, then he is left with one unopened. And one is in the option number C, right? So we simply click on option number C and it will show us that our answer is correct or incorrect. Okay. The next one says Rachel has marbles in her collection. Okay, I'll just rephrase this or realign this. For question number 3, it says Rachel has number of marbles. These are the options we have. I'll just realign them. Okay. She has a total of 4 marbles. Out of those 4 marbles, she gave some marbles to her friend. If she gave away some, she would be left with some of them, right? Okay. In this case, this is option number A, option number B, option number C, and option number D. These were the options given to us. So how many marbles would she be left with? If she has a total of 4 marbles, we need to look at 4 marbles. That was the total number of marbles she had. We can always write what they represent, total. She gives away 2 marbles. Gives away, right? So how many marbles would she be left with? That means if she had 2, she gives away 2. She had a total of 4. She gives away 2. Then she would be left with, yes, thank you. 4 minus 2 would be 2. And 2 is which option? Option number B. So what we do is we simply click on option number B. Okay. For the next question, it says the Bell family eats cherry grape jelly on their toast. What they've done is they have given the same word problem, but they have changed the numbers, the answers. Okay, so let's have a look. Option number A was 4, option number B was 2, option number C was 1, and option number D was 3. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay. This is our question number 4. And what they're saying is the Bell family eats cherry and grape jelly on their toast. If they're eating jellies on the toast and they have a total of combined of 5 ounces of jelly, right? Combined 5 ounces of jelly. If they have 3 ounces of grape jelly, how many ounces of cherry jelly do they have left? So can we say the total was 5? That was the total weight they had minus what is given? 3 ounces of grape is given. So the remaining should be the ounces of cherry, right? So how many ounces of cherry are there? 5 minus 3. Yes, 5 minus 3 would be 2. Thank you. That means they would be left with 2 ounces of cherry, right? And we look at which of the options is B is 2. That means option number B is 2. So we simply click on option number B. Okay. Okay, the next question. Okay, let's align this first. So our question number 5 states that Scott is a school janitor. I'll rephrase this. Okay, one, just a moment, please. Okay, Scott was a janitor. He picked up last week. He picked up 4 pieces of trash, right? 3 of those pieces of trash were in the classroom. Let me total of 4 pieces of trash. If he picked up 3 pieces of trash within the classroom, okay, so how many pieces of trash did he pick outside? Did Scott pick outside the classroom? So we need to find the number of pieces of trash he picked outside the classroom. And the options given are 1, 4, sorry. Option number A is 1, 1. Option number B was 4. Option number C was 2. And option number D was 3. Okay, I'll remove these options. So what should be the answer for question number 5? If Scott is a school janitor, he picked up a total of 4 pieces of trash, right? So we can say he picked up a total of 4, right? Minus what he picked up in the classroom. Okay, so he picked up 3 pieces of trash inside class. Agreed? So how many pieces of trash would he pick outside? That means 4 minus 3 would be 4 minus 3 should be equals to, yes, it should be equals to 1. Agreed? Thank you. And we look at the options. One is option number A. So we click onto option number A and we say that, let's go to, sorry, we click onto this option and we say A is the correct answer. Okay. Please do complete the remaining questions. There are total only 10 questions. We have done half of them. 5 are left. Okay. Please do practice those. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.